Is being Puppycat a husk of its former self, or is it just not really good for the original fans?
Okay.
or do original fans not really resonate with it? And an underrated anime you probably never heard of. All this and more on Igloo Illustrated.
I thought you were gonna say that.
No, I still was. I was just trying to workshop it. Because I don't think that.
Let me say you wouldn't say that on camera.
let me preface. I don't think it's a husk of his former self. I rock with the new Being Puppycat.
But why would you say it like that? A husk of his former show.
That is how you have described it, essentially.
Okay, essentially.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what I said.
Yes.
No.
Over the last how long has it been? Last year.
Flat. Bottom line, I don't like the direction the new show went in. I wanted to go as the original show had intended it to go, and it's very apparent because of all the big changes that they made, especially redoing the original episodes. I love the original episodes. I don't like the new versions that they did.
That's understandable. And we'll talk all about that. Welcome to this episode of Igloo Illustrated. I'm Dada. This is Agent Rumen. And,
yes.
Yeah. So
ruminating.
Yeah, exactly. I told you guys I was going to have like more people on here because I don't really think that first episode was that good. But hopefully this one will be a lot better because we have 2 people to talk about things, which is great. And 2 different drawings because my drawing that last one was a little rough. But, yeah, thanks for checking this out. If you even stayed this long, come draw with us. Come listen to this discussion because I personally actually really like the new Being Puppycat. And we're talking about Blood Blockade Battlefront, by the way. I don't know why I didn't say that in the beginning. Blood Blockade Battlefront, or Kekai Sensen, goes crazy. 2 seasons, 24 episodes in total. Check it out. And if you don't believe me, wait till we talk about it. But yeah, let's talk about not Blood Blockade. Being Puppycat, man, because you don't like the new one, and I don't get it.
Okay. To preface this also...
Since you're starting, I'll draw.
Okay. But to preface all of this before I start... You start getting hate comments below this video. Or I guess just some very strong feedback about that. We both have not finished the new version of the show that is on Netflix. Now,
I've tried to have us finish this quite some time. I'm a few episodes ahead of her. I've tried to finish this with her. She won't go back. Let's make that known.
Yes. So obviously my opinion is already kind of very heavily biased at this point. I've already made up my mind. However, I might revisit it after talking about this openly on the internet and stuff. But so
that is probably like the nicest I've ever heard you talk about the new show.
Because I'm not going to like berate and belittle the hard work that the team on Netflix had put in to make the show, because we honestly could have waited for, I think Cartoon Network was the one in charge of it.
Yeah, but Cartoon Network I think they just went out of business.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm like they don't have any physical operations anymore, and a lot of their stuff is run through Warner Brothers, which is run by Zovzov. I hate that man. I hope another Luigi finds him.
I mean,
allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
All right, listen. Another Luigi doesn't have to find him, but I don't want it to be Mario to find him. You know what I mean? Like,
sorry, this thing went out.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole comments and stuff about this is as logical and unbiased as I can be.
Yeah, and
discussions
like I said,
off camera are obviously a lot more heated.
Oh, so much more heated. That's why, like, I've been so silent.
When I first watched the show, at least.
I mean, if you told me that she was gonna suplex somebody because of how angry she was about the show, I'd be like, I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. That's why, like, when I was sitting here, I'm so quiet because I'm like, wow, dude, like, you're just so like thought out right now, and like, it's not like, oh my god, bro, bring back the old style. Where'd it go? Like, that's what I'm used to. But she was like, it's just.
Because
they decided to change it up, and I like the new style.
Yes, the
it's
new
just
animation.
not for me. And that's so well put. It's so well put. It just caught me off guard because I'm so used to you like throwing the table at somebody over being puppycat, bro. Like it's like pulling teeth trying to get her to watch the new episodes. That's why hearing this, I'm like, who is this?
I guess, yeah, it did hurt because I was expecting to see like not like a shot for shot remake, right? But I didn't get the same feeling, and that's what's getting me. Is like seeing. Okay, I love Wallace and Fishbowl Space episode. What happened there? See, like, I don't know. The shorts, I guess, like, the episode, like, the old episode, really good. I loved how, like, Wallace was like, okay, tell me a story. And Puppycat was like, bet. I'm going to tell you my life story, right? And he's just going in, singing. He's singing his life story song and whatever. And it's so good. It's so good. And the way they, like, they did those little, like, shots or panels, I guess, to sort of go along Puppycat's story. It was really cool, but also really scary, eerie, I guess.
Yeah.
Really eerie. And I was just like, man, I'm actually listening to this story. Like, Puppycat's kind of cooking, and I don't know. Wallace is obviously thinking like, oh, this is just some story. It's a really cool story. This is probably not true. Puppycat deep inside is like,
what it is.
It's what it is, bro. Now I'm here.
Now I'm a puppycat, bro.
For your entertainment, for viewers like you.
Thank you. Like,
yeah. And just seeing it in the new series on Netflix. Should I keep saying Netflix?
Yeah, they can't demonetize you for saying Netflix.
I wasn't sure.
We're not even monetized.
But yeah, just seeing the new version of it, did not get the same feeling. And I guess like that's what really threw me off of the show, because there's I don't know if you there are some instances where different, I guess, like organizations or I guess studios pick up a project that was like, I guess, dropped at some point in time, and they do a really good job doing that. And also there are times where a series is like already done, they already did it, another studio picks it up, redo it, and it's a lot better. I guess this is like kind of like a bad example of it because the original people were like, okay, we'll redo it then, is Full Metal Alchemist, right?
Oh, yeah. That was because they didn't go, they went off script because they didn't follow the manga. I don't think the manga was finished in like the 2003 version.
Yes.
So they redid it like, we were in high school, I think, when that came out.
Something like that.
So like 2016, maybe 2017, we would just start high school. So yeah,
yeah, and they did Brotherhood, right? And I only watched Brotherhood because you wouldn't let me watch the original.
For the first time watching, watch Brotherhood. Like we can go back and watch the 2003 version, or like even like some of the older movies, the Full Metal Alchemist movies, crazy good, but. You gotta watch Brotherhood first. Once you see Peak, then you can see your other options. Like,
oh yeah, and that was a good move.
You gotta get to the Peak to see your other options. Sorry.
But yes, yeah. I wasn't expecting a shot for shot remake, but it just did not hit the same. As like when I watched the original one, it did not have the same vibe, and that's what was the heart of the show for me. It was just like, yeah, this is cute, but they could really hurt you, you know. I had a better thing to say, and I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, it's eerie. It's supposed to be eerie, creepy, but also fun, kind of cute. I mean, B's fits in each of the episodes.
Crazy.
Really nice. But yeah, Obviously, not as upset about it now. I was really upset before.
Okay.
What was that?
Oh.
Can I show them?
Yeah,
or is
sure.
it afterwards?
I guess yeah. I'll just show them after.
Okay.
But it's actually one of the dudes I'm gonna be talking about. It's the burger guy.
Oh my god!
It's the burger guy.
I thought it was some from the little things from Legend of Zelda.
The Koroks?
Yeah.
No.
Or the Radish Man from Spirited Away.
No, it's the burger guy.
Yeah.
Hold on. Now this is gonna kill me.
I remember that.
Yeah, because that was one of the best episodes.
It was heart wrenching, man. If any of y'all have seen Pluto, the episode, or read it in like the Naoki Urasawa manga, that's it almost felt as bad as watching that first episode with
North number 2.
North number 2.
Oh my god.
I was out for days on end.
Nedge.
Nedge.
My boy Nedge. Oh my god.
Introducing now. Blood Blockade
Battlefront or Kekai Sensen is the best anime you probably never heard of. It's by the same dude that made Trigun. So good. Yashiro Nightingale or something like that is his name. Or Nightingale. So good. And I don't see enough people talking about it. Leslie Fitz. Sorry. We'll use
cut that out. Cut that part out.
We'll have I'll put one of Kenshi's chuffs in there for you. Over the name.
Chuffs.
But yeah, Agent Rumen can attest that it's so good, dude. It's so good, and it's underrated. It's like a shonen, right? So like all you shonen heads that can't watch nothing else but shonen, you're gonna enjoy it, and then halfway through you're gonna be like, wait, but it's making me feel something, because that's what it does, man. It's Blood Blockade Battlefront. I'm not gonna give you the whole synopsis. All right, I'm gonna talk about what I came to talk about today. How it's underrated because.
Well, what if you don't know the show?
If you don't know the show, go watch the show, bro. Like
pause.
Hey, don't pause it now. Go ahead.
Keep watching.
Hey, whoa. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her.
Subscribe before you
leave. Subscribe, comment. Go do that.
Please.
Then pause the video. go watch it and come on back. Because Blood Blockade Battlefront, bro. It's like it's mainly episodic, so not everything is linear, but there are some linear stories like over the overarching things, right? And that's like the beautiful aspect of it, is that it's just people living their days in Hell Salem's Lot, which is New York. That's been run over by monsters because the portal to the monster dimensions opened up in Hell Salem's Lot, New York, and now we all just coexist. And it's so beautiful just seeing like everybody work together and do stuff. And there's this dude named Nedge, right? And I think this is episode like 3 or 4. And this is where the story really takes a turning point to realizing that sometimes the growth that you need isn't like a physical change, you know? Like the main character, like even over the 2 seasons, this isn't even a spoiler for you. He doesn't get physically stronger, but like emotionally and mentally, he gets a lot stronger. And so it really starts taking that point of like, hey man, you know, not only is like violence necessary sometimes, and I have to come to terms with that, but also like I'm able to be there for my friends. I'm able to show up. I don't have to be a coward, right? And that's what this show is about, bro. Like it's just, even if you've watched Trigun, that's what, like, they're essentially the same show, but just 2 wildly different scenarios. But the main characters are still there to where Vash doesn't get any physically stronger. Side note, I'm not going to mention anything about Trigun, anything in the story. She hasn't seen it. So I'm not going to mention anything in the story because that's going to happen. Yeah, she knows that. But no, dude. Like, I mean, like, again, you could attest to it, man. Like, it's just so beautiful just seeing him grow up.
Oh, just... And I love episodes like I love episodes like that where you can sort of see the beginning of the story as well as the end of it. But in this case, I guess too, it's like that, but you also see him later on in the show.
Yeah.
It's so good. As an episode on its own, it's so good. It's so emotionally taxing, though.
Oh, yeah. My God. Because they handle some real stuff, like racism and prejudice. And, like, granted, you can be like, well, he's a monster. That's a man who loves burgers. And you're going to respect him, god dang it. All right? Like,
we're all creatures on this earth.
No, seriously, man. We all just breathe and just walk into the next steps, man. Like, and, like, even with it being episodic, I think that's one of the reasons why it works so well. Is that, like you said, you're able to see the beginning and end of a story. Like, once they open something up, they're going to close it within the next 22 minutes. And unless there's, like, the part 2 episodes, which are usually the last 2 episodes of the season. But, it just works so well because you're able to tell, like, give so much. And, like, they'll focus on one character. Like, Stephen A. Starface. That's my guy. That's my guy. Him and Klaus von Reinhers. Oh, my God. But, like, I'd say those two specifically because there's so much to them that you only learn, like, through passing and, like, separate episodes. But then you can tell, like you can see how much, like, their character means to other people. And, like, how, like, you get, like, these little tidbits of lore. And it's just like, oh, I didn't know Steven did this. Oh, I didn't know Klaus did this. And then it's like, yeah, but I'd give it all up for my friends. And I know you're going to be like, oh, the power of friendship. You're goddamn right I am, all right? You're lonely. We're all lonely out here. But you know who's not lonely, bro?
Just put a picture of that.
Libra, bro. That's the name of the group. There's enough action for you people who are like, oh, there's blah, 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 not enough action. Side note, that's where this clip comes from. It's somewhere around here. That's where that clip's come from. All right? You need to be grateful that this show has animation, action, storytelling, a good main character. They're hard to come by. A great main character, man. Like, he just learns so much. Leonardo watch, all right? Side note, shameless plug. I have a whole video talking about the ending because people hate the ending. It's a great ending. Like, season 2, one of the best endings. If you had eyes, you would see how season 2 ended based on season 1. I promise you.
Sister. What's her name? I
think Elizabeth.
Y'all some Elizabeth people out here. I'm sorry. I was kind of ableist.
I mean, a god took her eyes away. That it would be different if she was born like that. Like that's not.
So everybody else, except the people. Never mind. Cut. Just cut that out.
But yeah, man. Just a great show all around. But like the animation is crazy, and I think that's what a lot of people have problems with these days. Is that like they've been spoiled by stuff like Fate Stay Night, Demon Slayer. And so they're like, oh, why doesn't this show... Or Jujutsu Kaisen. Love that show. But, like, they're like, why doesn't this show have such great animation? What's up with the animation? The animation quality could have been so much better. It's like, all right, hold on. Not everything needs, like, Jujutsu Kaisen Shibuya level animation.
We are spoiled.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. If you give it to me, I'll take it. But, it's not needed. Like, people were complaining about Sakamoto Days, episode 1. Because they were complaining about the animation on that, and they're like, "Oh, it's not." It wasn't like fair. I wanted like Demon Slayer animation, blah blah blah. For Sakamoto Days, I mean, the animation was amazing in Sakamoto Days.
Take Demon Slayer animation, and this is no discredit to like the animation people in general, but like, I don't know, it's not all that it's cracked up to be.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Or somebody that's saying,
you know, what's that mean? That's not crazy to say. That's not crazy to say that.
Am I wrong?
Because it's not, bro. Like, I think, like, especially when it comes to Demon Slayer, they have like these like 30-40 seconds of like amazing art, but even then it's like, yeah, it's just kind of like really flashy and like everything seems like really smooth.
Yes.
And it looks nice. But I would rather have something that looks nice, like prolonged, like the full episode, like great. And like it can have these moments of like, oh, this is like crazy, but it's not needed. And it feels like if Demon Slayer didn't have those moments, people wouldn't watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas with Sakamoto Days, people are watching regardless of the like Demon Slayer level of animation it has. It doesn't have Demon Slayer level animation, but
it's the substance of the story
that too
keeps you coming back.
And I know I didn't initially mean to bring up Demon Slayer, like talk about it. Story's okay. It's okay. I think there's quite a few plot holes in Demon Slayer stories. I liked it, but also the last time I fully read it, because when it finished, I think I was a senior in high school. So, that was what, 6 years ago? No, 5 years ago. I don't know if I read it today, if I would feel the same. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Even then, I was like, that's not how that works. Right? But,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, they put a lot of stuff into it, and that's where like the plot holes come from. Is you put a lot of stuff.
They tried to put way too much into it.
It's almost like, you know, power level systems here and there, especially Jujutsu Kaisen. Amazing show, amazing animation. I'm kind of lost in
At
whatever
times,
sauce they're making.
Yeah,
because
they try to do a lot.
Yes, and this is like spoilers because this is when I was reading the manga ahead of the show.
Yeah, I'll figure out what chapter and I'll put a chapter spoiler right now.
Yeah, but it's that chapter, that whole like curse technique when they're explaining it.
Are you talking about like when Yuta was fighting those other two?
Yeah, it was like a star constellation person.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I was
like, okay. Okay. Yeah, but you were saying.
God, I feel like that meme where it was like two dumb people agreeing with each other, bro. It's just period. Seriously, bro, because
sauce, no glaze. But
I feel like that's where they started messing up. Demon Slayer had that problem too. Not necessarily adding more stuff to their power systems, but they were adding like intricate layers to the story that I think would have worked. But at a certain point, it felt like, oh, Jump signed you for 90 more chapters, and you only had 20, and you're trying to fill this out. Okay, I get that. And hey, power to you. All right, make that money. But like, buddy, it just felt so filler at times, or like stupid things would happen where I'm like, this has never happened in the series before. Why is this happening now? Because we're at the last arc. Like,
not to say you can't have filler episodes.
Oh yeah. You know, if it's done right, done right, not to a Bleach level. Even though the Bount arc is an amazing arc. And if you don't agree with that, go argue with your mother, because she's the only one that's stupid enough to argue with you. But you could have good filler arcs. It's possible. I can only think of the Bount arc actually.
Let's see other instances where filler episodes were good. Ooh, that's a hard one.
Yeah, because I feel like
they kind of tie into the story.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so it's not really filler.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Blood Blockade Battlefront.
You know.
Black people.
I love you, man.
Blood Blockade Battlefront goes crazy. And they don't really have filler episodes because it's episodic. But even the episodes where it's like not really based on anything is so good. There's an episode in season 2. You haven't seen this yet. It's not a spoiler. It's just about Stephen A. Starface setting up a party because it's so rare for him to what's it called? To like hang out with people because he's always at work because he's always protecting people. And so he's setting up like a party for a bunch of his friends to come to. And it's just kind of about like how he's a pillar in his community, essentially. And how the person, like his housekeeper, he's like sending extra money for her and like sending her home with food and doing all this other stuff, make sure she's okay. He followed her home. It sounds creepy, but let me preface, because for those who haven't seen the show, the woman that cleans his home, she's one of the monsters from like the other portal, but he's following her home to make sure everything's all right. But he doesn't want her to feel like he's pitying her, so he's like in the shadows a little bit, right? It happened like twice, and like he had to help her out a few times. He found her cat, like this, but the cat was something different because that. I'm not getting into it. Either way, it's stuff like that to where like there's a bunch of lore and there's story stuff towards the end, but by the time you get to the story stuff, you're like, oh, that's here too? That's awesome. I was here for Steven. Like, love me some Stephen A. Starface, bro. I wish there was more Klaus episodes, more than anything. Klaus von Reinhers, that's my guy. Oh my god. But yeah, I think it's going to be a shorter episode today. I say that, I don't know how long this is actually going. I'm also slightly terrified to look at that camera and not see anything on there.
Oh yeah, so, it's been a while. And
yeah, I should probably check. No, we're still going.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, Agent Rumen has to go to work in like 14 minutes. So they're about to head out. That's where we're gonna end the episode. We do live in a cruel world. In a cold world. It's like -6 out here. That's before wind chill. That's like just the base temperature. Either way,
wait, we gotta show off drawings.
Oh yeah, of course.
BLOOD Illustrated for a reason.
So I drew your boy Nedge. Here's that. I'll put it in one of the chuffs. And then Agent Rumen drew puppycat. As you can tell,
I want to explain it though.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll take a photo of this.
Oh, that's puppycat.
Yeah. I'll take a photo of it, so it's just showing like on the screen for you.
Yeah, but I drew puppycat in his OG outfit, how he came into B's world. And then on top of that is also his original form, his original alien form. If you guys know, if you know, you know. So good. That was so good. So good.
And I drew Nedge eating hamburgers and cheeseburgers because he loves hamburgers from this place, and he can only get them when Leo gets them because aliens aren't allowed inside. Not aliens, monsters aren't allowed inside. And so dang, it's so beautiful, man. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. But that's where we're gonna end it. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I don't know who's gonna be on next week, but they'll be there next week. And I got to edit this and get this out in like 2 hours. But it's not terrible. I'm able to do it. I'm also trying to think of like a theme song for this, and I don't know what. If you watch the Gus and Eddie podcast years ago, they had a theme song and I loved it. I just cannot bring myself to use that, even though it's royalty-free music. That's theirs, and I gotta leave it to them. But if you have any questions or want me and whoever the next guest is to ask anything, and or you got any questions for Agent Rumen, leave in the comments, or you want our opinions on anything.
I mean,
if you want our opinions on anything, just let me know in the comments.
It's just feedback. Take it as you will.
Feedback, or just like comments on, like, if you want our opinions on anything. That's what I meant.
You bring some attention to the show. Talk about it, or rave about it too.
But yeah,
they're both good shows.
No, they're amazing shows. Definitely check them out. So yeah, also socials, TikTok, which is still here, crazy, Data the Great, Instagram and Twitter and Blue Sky, all Data the Great, and I have the same profile photo and all of them except for Instagram because I have a baby Senku on there. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching. If this is my first time seeing you, hi, hello, how are you doing? This is my last time seeing you. Thank you for watching, and I'm sorry you're leaving. But if I don't see you again, have a good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I did it wrong. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.